Some Rings of Power news. Amazon's Rings of Power. I'm just all in it for the laughs now. I'm sorry, this is great. Looking forward to Charlie Hopkinson's parody videos that are just epic. I love it. His channel is great. That's the only thing I'm really excited for. More episodes of Rings of Power we'll get of his parodies. I'm just along for the ride and the laughs at this point. How Elrond looks, the set photos have leaked. It does not look good. This is Elrond on the set, Robert Aramayo on the set of Rings of Power Season 3. It somehow looks worse. When will he wear wigs? Please. He's got Golden Girl's hair. Why? Something as simple as hair. I don't understand why they can't get this right. Who wore it better? Why did they do this? Why do they double down on this hair? This was never liked. Most of the elves have short hair. No one likes it. They don't listen to feedback. That's another thing. No one likes this for Elrond. No one likes his short hairstyle. Most people, at least visually with the hair, like Gil-galad the best because it looks more elf-like. His hair is symbolic of the show as a whole. You gotta laugh at this point. The costume department, hair and makeup, they've never gotten it right. It all just looks like cheap Ren fare and added on to the scrutiny. You're spending so much money. How can you be spending $500 million on each season for production quality like this? It might be little to some, but this stuff matters. Hair matters, costumes matter. They build immersion. They are part of this world. If it looks like you could get this off of Amazon, we're not into it. Lee Pace characterization of Thranduil was on point. Oh my goodness. That is one of my favorite parts of the Hobbit trilogy. I'm so happy it exists because of Lee Pace. Just perfect encapsulation of the elves and his bearing, the style. So good. As far as how it looks, that is what your fair form of Sauron should have been. Something akin to Lee Pace's Thranduil. All the shows lately look like cosplayers from an episode of The Guild. Got their stuff on Amazon, going to the Ren Festival. Yeah, just goes to show you can't just throw money at something and expect it to work. You need passion, love. There's also this thing where some productions and producers just have these giant egos that think that they can just have a budget and they can just have this famous IP and they can just do whatever and put their own stamp on it. When there's a reason why this particular story is popular. Fans want to see those stories. They will accept a certain amount of changes when it comes to having to adapt to a different medium. Okay, but it should hearken to the core spirit of the story and the characters. Of course, anything worth doing is challenging. I think it just presents different challenges, but the rewards are so worth it in the end, as has been proven in the past with Lord of the Rings. Always astounded me that the rights that they purchased wasn't for the stories that they should have been adapting as their premise. They didn't have the rights to the Silmarillion, the Unfinished Tales, any of those works that Tolkien wrote about the First and Second Age. They didn't have the rights to that. They could literally just do whatever they wanted then, apparently. Why is that your premise then? If you couldn't get the appropriate rights, then why did you choose to set your story in that time? You bought the wrong thing. That's what Tom Shippey was saying, the acclaimed Tolkien scholar at the very beginning of all this, when they still had him before they got rid of him. There's stuff specifically that Tolkien wrote about the Second Age that you can't change. That is canon. But there are things that he wasn't very clear on that you still have. And as long as it fits with what he did write, there is room to explore those stories. And what's there for a competent writer and for someone who loves this world, there could have been amazing stories of exploration, expanding on what was there. So many corners of the world that you could have chosen to expand on it. And yeah, the Blue Wizards, that's what everyone wanted initially when it came to the mysterious wizard. But no, of course he's Gandalf. And of course this is just an origin story. And of course it doesn't fit with what Tolkien wrote. I don't mind if it's an original story. And the Blue Wizards would have been fascinating. That would have been awesome. But, that would require imagination, love for the source material, and it would require, I guess, the appropriate rights. We'll see what happens after season 3. And again, I'm just here for the laughs. We'll see what happens.